If you hate writing emails nearly as much as I do, then you're going to love this AI tool that I'm going to share with you today. By the way, I'm Pete Mitchell. I am the founder of AI Lead Automation. Obviously got a dog in this fight. I love AI. I use it all the time. You're going to love it after you see what you can do with it. And I'm going to share with you one of the tips that we use and how we use ChatGPT to come up with a lot of our follow-up emails that we've got to send out to people. By the way, if you like this video, go ahead and like it and subscribe to our channel. There's a little bell icon here on YouTube, but if you hit that, then YouTube's going to notify you when we come out with another great marketing idea and tip video that you can take and implement right there in your business. So let's go ahead and get into the meat of this here. So when we're running ads, and by the way, that is the majority of the way that we get our business is by running ads. It's so much more efficient than just about anything else. I can run an ad today, get a lead tonight, go on an appointment tomorrow, boom. I love that. I will spend money on that all day long. I don't want to talk to people who aren't interested in what I got. I don't want to waste my time with people who are kind of like him and Han, what we call the time vampires. I want people who are ready to take the next move. And that's the key here. So when we run our ads, let's say we're running our ads to people who are thinking about downsizing. So our consumer guide is called The 10 Biggest Mistakes People Make When Downsizing and How to Avoid Them. It directly hits them right between the eyes as they're thinking about downsizing. They're like, well, what are these mistakes that people make? And they got the solution to it. I'm gonna go ahead and ask for this consumer guide. So they do something that we call raising their hand, boom, right? They raised their hand and said, I want that information. So then what we do is we start to call them, we start to text them, and we start to email them, all with the single goal of not trying to get them to downsize, but trying to get them to set an appointment to chat with us. That's it. That's all we want to do is just have a quick, informal chat. That's where we start at. And so when the lead comes in, we're going to have some emails sent out to them. We're going to call them. Our AI system automatically leave voicemails for them. But if you've got to do this from scratch yourself, let's say you don't have our system, and you're like, well, I need to write these emails, I need to come up with text messages, all that kind of stuff. The easiest way to do it is with ChatGPT. So like if you've ever done this before, where you had to sit down and write some follow-up emails, you kind of like, you got this blank piece of paper there in front of you, you sit down, you start to type it out, and it never is that good, but you're like, oh, okay, good, I got that one done. And then, oh, great, I got the second one done. And then you're like, that's probably enough. If they're not interested by the second one, that's it, right? Well, I'm gonna show you how we do this and how you can make basically unlimited follow-up emails very, very quickly. So I'm gonna take you to my computer now and let me actually show you on ChatGPT how we do what we do. All right, so here we are at ChatGPT. And what I'm gonna do is actually in the YouTube notes, I'm gonna leave the prompt so you can actually take it and start using it right away. I mean, you can adjust it any way that you want. But what we're gonna do, we're just on ChatGPT 3.5. So here's my prompt. You are an expert direct response marketing copywriter. You write in the style and tone of Dan Kennedy and Gary Halbert. My name is Pete Mitchell, and I'm a real estate agent. I specialize in working with home sellers that are looking to downsize from their current home into a smaller, more manageable home. Most of the time, their kids have moved out of the house, they're retired or nearing retirement, they want less headache, they want more freedom and upkeep on the more freedom from upkeep on the home. The three main ways that I help a family looking to downsize is number one, sell their current home. Number two, buy their new home. Number three, help them sell their current home. If they're moving out of the area, I use my network of agents across the country to connect them to an agent that will help them buy a home in their new area. Your job is to write fun and exciting follow-up emails that include stories of people that wanted to downsize and found that it was a good choice for them. The people that will get these emails are leads that we've generated from Facebook that have asked for our consumer guide, the 10 biggest mistakes people make when downsizing and how to avoid them. The call to action in each email is for them to schedule an informal chat on phone or via Zoom with me by going to this URL. Write the first follow-up email and include a link to the consumer guide, the 10 biggest mistakes people make when downsizing and how to avoid them. So since I'm basically going to have ChatGPT write all of my emails, the first one I've got to actually give them the guide that they just asked for, right? So here we go. We're just going to enter that. And here's what ChatGPT is giving us. Subject: avoid downsizing disasters, learns from other success stories. Hey, Bob, I hope this email finds you well and excited about the possibilities of downsizing to a more manageable home. Making such a decision can be both exciting and daunting, which is why I'm here to help guide you through the process every step of the way. You're probably wondering, is downsizing really the right move for me? Well, let's share a couple of stories with you that might shed some light on the question. Meet the Johnsons. They were in the same boat as you. Kids flown the nest, retirement looming, and a house that suddenly felt too big and too burdensome. They were hesitant at first, unsure if downsizing was the right choice, but after working with me, they found the perfect smaller home that suited their new lifestyle to a T. Now, by the way, don't lie to people. So since it's making up a story right here, don't say, but after working with me, I would leave that part out unless this literally does fit a story of a client that you helped, which by the way, you can use all the time, right? Use real stories whenever possible, but we don't want to lie to people. So we're definitely going to take out that, but after working with me, because this is a made up story and I don't want to lie to people. No more endless weekends spent on yard work or worrying about rooms that they never use. Instead, they're enjoying more freedom, more time, and less stress. Then there's the Smiths. They were faced with a similar dilemma, and they were initially hesitant about the idea of downsizing. But after grabbing a copy of our consumer guide, The 10 Biggest Mistakes People Make When Downsizing and How to Avoid Them, they realized that with the right guidance, downsizing could be a breeze. Armed with the knowledge and insights from the guide, they confidently made the move and haven't looked back since. I believe that learning from others' experiences is invaluable when making big decisions like this. That's why I offer you a complimentary copy of our consumer guide. It's packed with tips, strategies, and real-life stories to help you navigate the downsizing process with ease. Boom, we insert the guide right there. Once you've had a chance to review the guide, I'd love to chat with you further about your specific situation. Let's schedule an informal chat, either on the phone or via Zoom, to discuss how I can help you achieve your downsizing goals. You can schedule your chat directly by going to this link. Looking forward to speaking with you soon. Best regards, Pete Mitchell, your downsizing expert. Now, let's go ahead and spice this up a bit. Let's do this. We're going to tell it to rewrite the email, but only use one story, not two. Also, write it in the style of Gary Halbert. Use more emojis. Boom. Don't downsize alone. Learn from the real success stories. Howdy. Hope you're doing awesome. Ready to dive into the exciting world of downsizing. Buckle up because I've got a thrilling story that'll blow your socks off. Picture this, the Johnsons, just like you, were at a crossroads. Kids all grown up, retirement creeping in, and their house suddenly feeling like a weight around their necks. They were on the fence about downsizing, unsure if it was the right move, but guess what? They took the plunge with me and never looked back. See, again, I would just say they took the plunge and never looked back. And then again, I wouldn't say with my help, again, unless this fits a real story for your purpose. They found the perfect smaller home that fit their new lifestyle like a glove. No more endless weekends spent mowing lawns or fretting over unused rooms. Now they're soaking up more freedom, more time, and less stress. But here's the kicker. The Johnsons weren't sure about downsizing until they got their hands on our consumer guide, The 10 Biggest Mistakes People Make When Downsizing and How to Avoid Them. It was like a roadmap to downsizing success, armed with insider tips and real-life stories from the guide. They made their move with confidence and never looked back. Now it's your turn to tap into the wealth of knowledge. Grab your free copy of the consumer guide and let's kickstart your downsizing journey together. Here's the link. Once you've devoured the guide, trust me, it's a game changer. Let's hop on a quick chat, either on the phone or via Zoom, discuss how I can help you turn your downsizing dreams into reality. Here's the link. Catch you on the flip side. Cheers. Pete Mitchell, your downsizing dynamo. So you can see how it's already a little bit more exciting, a little bit more not blah, right? And the key thing is we just don't want to lie to people. So if you're not using a real story, then we're going to go ahead and change that up. Now I'm going to tell it to write another email. This time, don't mention the consumer guide. The goal is to get them to schedule an appointment on phone or Zoom. Tell them a story about a family named the Joneses that, let's see, what do we want the Joneses to do? We're going to have them that we're afraid that if they sold their home, they wouldn't, or they would be homeless. Don't let fear hold you back. The Joneses family inspiring downsizing journey. Hey, Bob, hope this email finds you in high spirits and ready to take on new adventures. Today, I want to share an inspiring story with you that I believe will resonate deeply as you can contemplate your own downsizing journey. Enter the Jones family. They were a bit of a pickle, just like you might be feeling right now. Their kids had flown to coop, retirement was on the horizon, and their current home felt like a ball and chain. But here's the kicker. They were terrified selling their home because they feared they'd end up homeless if they couldn't find a new place to hang their hats. Sound familiar? I get it. Blah, 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 right? Goes on the rest of the story. We've got our call to action. So I'm going to tell it to write a third follow-up email. This time, tell a story. About a family that was worried that if they bought a new home and couldn't sell their current home, they'd be overwhelmed with 2 mortgage payments. Now, why that? Because those are actually the 2 most common fears that people have when it comes to downsizing. The first is that they sell their house and they can't get in another one and now they're homeless. And the second is, well, what if I buy a new house and no one buys mine? Right? That's a fear. Now you might look at this and you go, oh, but not in this market. That's your language. Your first language is real estate, not theirs. So what you know about the market does not mean they know that about the market. So we've got to address all the fears so that way we can get them actually on the phone with us. So here's that third email. No more sleepless nights, the Smith stress-free downsizing success story. Hope this email finds you well and you're ready to tackle another day with gusto. As you continue to on your downsizing journey, I want to share with you another uplifting tale with you, one that I believe will ease any lingering worries you may have. Meet the Smith family. Just like you, they're at a crossroads, contemplating the leap into downsizing. But here's the kicker. They were gripped by the fear of being stuck with not 1, but 2 mortgage payments if they couldn't sell their current home. Sound like a nightmare scenario? Absolutely. But fear not, my friend, because the story has a happy ending. And then we go into the rest of the story and we got our call to action on it. And then simply all I got to do is write a 4th email with a new story that addresses a fear that someone might have about downsizing. So I'm just going to let AI start coming up with some stories. And then boom, meet the Thompson family. What was their fear? They poured out their concerns about bidding farewell to their beloved home and the memories it held. Yeah, of course, right? People are, you got a home, you got all the memories. My family just moved here to Texas, and my daughter is 9 and my son is 12, and my daughter loved our old house. That's the only home she's known. So she just had hey, this is my home. This is I'm leaving it. So that's a fear. Now she's 9, right? But that happens with everybody. This is our thing. So we're just going to have ChatGPT write us story emails that we can use. Write another email with another story. Boom. And look at this. I can just keep doing this all day long, and it's going to come up with all the emails that I need for my follow-up campaign. Now, are they perfect? No. Do I need to change some things? Absolutely. But can you see how much massive time this is going to save you?
Like, you could do so many of these, it's not even funny. Now, this is a great tool if you don't have AI lead automation. You might be asking, well, what is this AI lead automation, Pete? I'm glad that you asked. Go over to agentfollowupai.com. I got a great little video there. It's going to walk you through our whole system. We've already built out all these campaigns for downsizing, first-time home buyers, people in the medical field looking to get into a bigger home, people who are moving up, investors. We've got everything already done, complete with the consumer guides. We even run your ads for you, and you can check it out at agentfollowupai.com. I think you're going to get a lot out of it. Even if you don't want to use our platform or our service, no problem. You'll still learn stuff by watching the video over there at agentfollowupai.com. I'm Pete Mitchell. I'll talk to you soon.